Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Freedom of Speech on the Dime with your girl, Pleasure Time. Today, we have a few topics of discussion. So, one of our topics of discussions is going to be self-made. I do have a lot of people out here proclaiming to be self-made and what all that actually entails. What does actually self-made actually mean? Self-made is you did it yourself. With the way that everyone else is actually defining it is they did it without anyone's help. Now that's very debatable because to say that you did everything without someone's help is pretty much saying that you had no one, you never had anyone, you never asked anybody for anything. So that will go for emotional support, moral support, family, community circles. That means you had none of that. And I don't see how that would be possible for anyone to be self-made. Self-made pretty much means you created yourself. That means you left out the creator. I don't care what you believe, you started from someone. So you clearly were not self-made. But like I said, that's a crazy topic and discussion in itself. Because I mean, even if you look in the lines of products, so say you had a product, would your product have really sold if no one felt the need for it? You see what I mean? That's why there's so many varieties of different things because everyone does not want the same thing. Everyone does not have to have the same thing, you know? So that right there is the topic in itself of self-made. I can never say that I was self-made. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't created in a laboratory. It was a man and a woman who created me. The reason I'm here. I've had struggles, I've had trials, tribulations, ups and downs. I've been depressed. I've been jobless. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. I've had all of those situations. My lights have been out. Like I've been fired several times, you know, but I'm still educated, you know. I do think that people overrate and underrate education. And I do want to tell you what I mean by that. So when I was growing up, education was this big thing, Yeah, you go off, you get your high school diploma, go off to college, get you a degree. You could be making 100, $200,000 a year. I'm gonna tell y'all that is the biggest lie on God's green earth. Think about how many people out there who are educated, who have associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctorals, all of these. It's only a small portion, a small percentage of people who are making that. The debt a lot of us accumulated trying to live these fairy tale dreams that they bestowed upon us as children, to plant it in our head as children, all different things. And then as they were planting those same seeds, then it turned around and pretty much showed you that the education didn't mean nothing. Look how many people who had education and still couldn't land a job. Is it the education? Oh, you got to have the education or the experience. Why would education count as experience? Then the ones who had experience, oh, you don't have no education. It was a lose-lose situation. It didn't make a difference. And they showed you quick that it was about who you knew, your connections, what you could do, what they could get out of you. How you don't see that? How you don't see that? And I wish we would get out of our own way. Like it's ridiculous. Like I'm not telling you not to go get an education. So I don't want you to think that I'm telling you that. By all means, I'm for anyone who's trying to better themselves. Don't lose yourself and get trapped up in a lifelong line of debt. Trying to live a fairy tale is all I'm trying to say. Figure out what you really want to do. Does it even require education? Yeah, you're gonna need some knowledge if you don't want people to get over on you and different stuff, but there's a lot of things that we can do in life or we're great at it. We don't even give ourselves chances. How many people are stuck in miserable places, miserable jobs because of the money? Meanwhile, you're about 40 years old, but look like you're 67. Stress. Is it really worth it? And for what? All you want to working 40, 80 plus hours a week. For what? Oh, yeah, oh, I got kids and I do this because I love the money and I want to do this and I want to do it. Okay, but are you living? Or are you just working? Or are you just slaving and stressing? Are you constantly living above your means? Are you just getting things because the Joneses got it? Some of you just live to party, the next paycheck, the next weekend. And that's to each his own. I'm not telling you how to live your life because I can't answer for you. The only question I'm asking you is, are you really living? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Is this what you look forward to doing? Because if you're content and you're satisfied with your life, by all means, don't let me stop you. But don't question why I won't and why I do, because you don't. That's the difference. So I can never say that I was self-made, that I'd ever be self-made because I need help. I have help. It's still help to be done. It's still things to be done. I'm not where I want to be. I'm far from where I want to be. So much more work to be done. Yeah, it's moving at a steady pace. May seem small in you guys' eyesight, may seem small in other people who are actually watching me, but it's progress. You know what I'm saying? It's progress. For the people who just shot up overnight, and that's timing and luck, favor, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's success story, everyone's journey is not the same. It's not going to take the same amount of time. It may not take as longer time, but less the time. You don't know. It's just whether or not you are willing to continue to fight for what you believe in, what you feel is right. Hoping it's for a great cause. Because a lot of you have some fights that be for the wrong cause. So, like I said, just hope it's for the right cause. That's really my only concern. But just think about that when we run around with these cliches and cliques and oh, I don't need nobody. A lot of y'all homeboys and stuff, y'all be in these gangs and stuff. I'm self-made, my nigga. I'm self-made and da 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 da. But your homeboy been there with you the whole time. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't see that? You done elevated yourself when y'all supposed to be equal. Now you done elevated yourself above them. All you gonna do is start to cause envy, confusion. None of us is no more than the other. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care what title you have. I don't care what authority you may have control over. That makes no difference. I tell people all the time, each one of us is just a mistake or a situation away from jail, hospital, grave. Days upon this earth is already promised to be troubled. Why live in misery? Why live in chaos? Why live in confusion? Hmm? All these things that constantly torment you from day to day. Why continue to put yourself through that? You know, some of you feel that you can't leave, I can't move on, or I don't have nothing better because you don't want to step out. That's what held me back. I could have been past this point by now, but who you think was stopping me? Me. Can't nobody stop you but you. You are in your own way. That's what I mean. I wish we would get out of our own way. I constantly sat and wait for other people to do this for me, to help me out with this. Oh, they said they wanted to do this, so let me reach out. That's talk. These people are talking to you. But if you really think about what it is, all it is a distraction. Because how many of them do you actually see doing what they say they want to do? Most of them are content exactly where they are, working their 9 to 5, 6 to 2, whatever their schedule is, not really having any control over their own life, have to ask somebody when they can take off and hope they approve it. Like, ain't you tired of that? When are you gonna be tired of that? Or if you okay with it, then by all means, continue. But you ain't never asked yourself, isn't life more than requests and demands? Nope, that's what it is. Services and products. And well, when you gonna swap roles? Why are you always waiting on someone to give you permission? Don't you want financial freedom? Now, I'm not sitting here saying that everybody gonna be rich. So I don't want you to think that is what, because you clearly see in the limelight with social media and the television showing you right now what came at the cost of all of them trying to, slide up the ladder. So I'm not talking about, do you guys honestly know how many people there are financially free and living their dreams and not worrying about a 9 to 5 and not worry about asking someone for permission to be out? There's plenty of those folks in the world. They don't talk about those people. It's plenty of other people who are giving back. Some of the YouTubers you do get to see, and some other people you'll see some of their kindness and generosity. But there is still humanity in the world. Everyone is not out for themselves. And what good is that anyway? Ooh, says, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? The reason Adam and Eve was made so that man wouldn't be lonely. So you got a helpmate out here somewhere. You got a companion, a soulmate, somebody out here to assist you with walking this journey. You don't have to do it alone. You choose to do it alone. Jesus wasn't even alone. He had 12 disciples and folks follow him everywhere. So why do you think you have to do it alone? Said, though I am with you always, even until the end of time. We got to change our way of thinking. It's that negativity. It's some spirits we keep entertaining. When you gonna realize that it's not just about you? It's about all of us. All of this confusion you see in the news and stuff today. That's all it is. It's a distraction. Taking you off the real agenda, which should be loving each other and taking care of your neighbors. You're not concerned with the people next door. You're not concerned with the people across the street unless they house catch on fire or, it's the police or something is outside their house or, it has to be something traumatic for you to show that you care. That's sad. A lot of y'all don't even speak. I don't understand how someone could say hello to somebody and someone just smirk at it. Since when is a smirk word? There may be a time. I'm not saying that I wish there was or anything like that. All I'm saying is there may come a time where you wish you could hear your own voice, even if it is as simple as, hello, how are you? How is that killing you to speak to someone if they didn't spoke? Why would that bother you to speak to someone? And when did a smirk? So it's cute that I spoke. Cause that's to me, that's when we smirk, you know. When we try not to tell your ass something, is you really on our nerves. But if speaking to someone or someone speaking to you makes you feel like that, you really need to evaluate why you wake up in the morning, why you're here, why even be out amongst the public if that's how you feel. You guys, nobody, nobody is self-made. Everyone needs someone. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, I am one who is very, very stubborn when it comes to that. It takes a lot out of me to ask for help. So I understand that it is not easy, but I still can't say that I'm self-made. See what I'm saying? Because that, and I don't want you to get confusing with asking for help and begging, because see, that's two different things. You know, that's two different things. Asking for help and begging. Begging is somebody who always got their hand out and never trying to do nothing for themselves, always depending on other people's pockets. Someone who needs the help just to feel short. Not saying that this don't happen a couple of times, but it's not all the time. There's periods, long periods of time where they may go and I need help, or they just might not be getting it from you. But at the end of the day, that is what it is. Don't act like y'all ain't had them people that you either run into, see coming, or see calling or texting, that they either begging some form of fashion they done got on your nerves where you are annoyed by seeing them, hearing them, thinking about them talk. I said, for one, that person has too much control over you and let that person have too much control over your spirit. No one should have that much control over you where it changes your mood. Okay? But no one can be hollering that they were self-made. Even if you played the lottery, it was a system in place. See what I mean? It was a system in place. You had to purchase a ticket. Doesn't matter if you picked your numbers, they was randomly generated, and it just so happened to be your lucky day. But you still had to put work in. You see what I mean? Had other people not participated in this, lottery, building it as far as it is today with the same expectancy and hopes on winning, would yours have been that big? Imagine winning the lottery and then it's so common that even at a $2 million lottery and you won amongst other people and you get like $2. So clearly it's not a common thing, but you still had to do something. Set face without works is dead. So you still had to do something. Other people still participated. It doesn't matter what was directly or indirectly, it still was done. In order for that thing to reset, the Powerball Mega to reset to 20 million and keep counting, is because people are growing the pot. See what I mean by participation? So you have that luck, you have that chance, you have that favor, the blessing, whatever you guys want to address it as. It is what it is. So you still need help. You were not self-made. So stop claiming that label. Because it is not so. You wasn't born in a laboratory. For the ones of you, the clones and stuff that were, you still weren't self-made. Somebody made you. Someone had to do the work. So you see how silly this sounds. You want to sit yourself on a pedestal Like someone owe you something, that people should be respecting and honoring you. Like, why? Who are you? You breathing? You human? Just like we are. So the one thing that we all have in common is we live and we die. Who is your legacy gonna be? What are you going to be remembered by? How are you going to be remembered? You guys ever think about that? You're just living, not thinking about whose lives you're touching, compacting, corrupting, elevating, blessing, inspiring. I don't want to be a curse to someone. I don't want to be a crutch to anyone. I don't want to be that person to say something negative or evil or mean or hateful to someone that pushes them over the edge. So sometimes it is best not to say anything. But I'm not going back in the aspects of speaking, because speaking is just a kind gesture. Manners shows humanity. And I know a lot of us lack it. Common sense. Goes back to that simplicity of like holding the door for someone. But I'm gonna leave that for another topic because I have plenty of those stories. But you guys, I just want to say thank you again for joining me. Going, oh, freedom of speech on the dime with your girl, pleasure time. As always, you don't know what someone is going through. Share this with a friend. Like, subscribe if you have not already. Comment what your favorite part of this video today was. Is there a certain topic that self-made that I may have missed, or another way you're looking at self-made? Just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our website, truelink.org. We do have some things in the work on there, from private chef. We are getting ready to launch a sports talk podcast as well. And we do have some edibles and things that we have some people contributing to. So if that's something that you are into, these are the pain reliever ones. So if that's something you're looking to, check out our website, truelink.org. That's TRULINC.org. The link will be in the description. So, like I said, share, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you guys again for joining. As always, it's your girl Pleasure. It's always a pleasure. This was my time. I hope I haven't wasted your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.